Hello, it's the Sinister Gambian here with a new stream. And this stream I'll be doing my Grand Theft Auto 9 event week stream for the week in Grand Theft Auto 9, or for last week, which is going on for another, like, about 2 days now, but whatever. I haven't missed a single event week, and I definitely want to keep it that way, even if it's, like, a couple days away from the end. I really don't care. Obviously, like, the spending, like, guide and stuff like that, and, like, the good discounts and stuff, those can be useful as well towards the end of the event. There's still purpose in doing it, for sure. But yeah, podium vehicle for the week is a, like, Tygon, whatever. AKA, like, the latest supercar in the game. Just like the previous DLC, this DLC only brought, like, one supercar. So yeah, the latest supercar is the podium vehicle for the week, as I'll be showing when I get there. Main focus of the event week for money making will be 2 times money RP on contact missions. And obviously I'll go over the other ones later, but obviously Newswire's been up for the past few days now, whatever, so yeah. So this may only be useful for like last minute grinding and stuff like that.
Yo, I still need to holler at you later. Shit, fine then.
But yeah, here's the podium vehicle being a Lamp.E Tygon, which is the latest supercar in the game, as mentioned earlier, from the current DLC, Los Santos Summer Special. So I'll be talking about performance, stuff like that when I get there. So yeah, podium vehicle that's been out for the event weeks, the Lamp.E Tygon. And yeah, going on Bruffy 1322 spreadsheet, so credit for performance goes to Bruffy 1322, which goes for this and any other vehicles I go over. Lamp.E Tygon is 9th place for lap time, so you're getting into the top 10, but there is better options. I've been in the game for the past couple DLCs or so now. And then it's also 15th place for top speed, so you're getting a bit under top 10, but nowhere near the worst vehicle in the class. But yeah, much better off with other vehicles in the game. And yeah, savings are like 2.3 mil, whatever. Plus another like 10-20,000 with delivery if you keep it. But yeah, premium race for the week is cutting corners for the superclass. So I'll be going over the ideal vehicles for supercars when I go over the regular time trial, which is pretty much going to be right now. But yeah, regular time trial for the week is Mount Gordo. And yeah, I believe you like start here and then you have to go like around up here or whatever. So it's not that far, it's just the trouble of getting up the mountain is all. So for this one, obviously I would highly recommend something good for like off-road, which pretty much would be motorcycles. I don't really see a reason to use a supercar much. I would mainly stick to motorcycles. But if you're not going to use a motorcycle, you're surely going to be using a supercar. I would imagine those would be the two classes. But yeah, since supercars were for the like premium race, I'll go over the supercars first. So for lap time, first couple options for the supercar class, according to roughly 1322 on his spreadsheet, would be the Progen MRS, which is like 2.7, 2.8 million from the Diamond Casino Resort DLC. Then below that's the Benefactor Krieger. That's second place for lap time in the supercar class. And then third place is the S80RR, whatever manufacturer makes that one. And that's like the one-seater supercar from the Diamond Casino and Resort DLC. In fact, all three of those are Diamond Casino and Resort. So they're all in that section of the Legendary Motorsport. And I believe they range between $2.3 to $2.8 million. So yeah, going back to the Taigon, it's pretty much around the value of the Taigon's pretty much around the value of the S80RR. So you might as well go for one that's like 6 places up for lap time. And top couple options for top speed for the supercar class. First place for the supercar class is the P-Fister 811 for top speed. And that's like $1,145,000. So for customization, it's probably mid to high 1 mil. And second place for top speed in the supercar class is the Devastate 8. Devastate 8's like 1.7, 1.8 million, I'm pretty sure. And that's at the default price. So yeah, including customizations, the Devastate 8 would probably be like mid to mil, like 2.5 million range. And then third place for the supercar class for top speed is the Banshee 900R. Say a regular Banshee, which is a sport car, is like 100,000. Then like the upgrade price is probably a little under $1 million, I'd imagine. So with the upgrade price, I'd probably get close to $1 million. And customizations for pretty much the performance ones could get to mid 1 mil range. So you might as well go to P-Fister 811 because the ones below it are more expensive. For top speed, and then onto the motorcycles class. For lap time for the motorcycles class, first place for lap time is the Nagasaki Shotaro. Nagasaki Shotaro is a $2.3 million motorcycle. And then with like customizations, probably more in the high 2 mil range. To maybe low 3 mil range, but I highly doubt it on a motorcycle. And yeah, that one corners like an absolute beast, so that's quite a good option for the Shotaro. Especially when you can't use like rocket-powered vehicles and stuff like that anymore in the time trials, I would say it definitely like improves the value of the Shotaro for sure. As I've passed like a couple DLCs. And for those who don't have the Nagasaki Shotaro on their website, I believe you have to play a match at deadline. Don't have to win it, just have to play a match. So it won't be that hard of something to do, I'd imagine. Second place for lap time in the motorcycle class is the Hakuchou Drag. That one's like 800, 900,000, like at its default price. So like low to like mid 1 mil range, I'd say, with customizations. And Hakuchou Drag is nowhere near as good as cornering, I'd say, as the Shotaro. And that one you have to like lean forward with the stick for best possible speed, kind of like a stoppy. Only other vehicle that works that way is the Nightblade, but I don't even think it's a competitive option for that one. Hakuchou Drag is second place for lap time. And if I didn't say the Shotaro, you can lean forward or backwards with the stick. I believe it's the only motorcycle that works that way. And then finally, third place for lap time is the Body 801, which is like under $10,000, if not like exactly 10,000 for a default motorcycle. So if customizations could be under 500,000 or like around there. So yeah, Body 801's a pretty cheap and very good option for time trials. In fact, it's the only one in lap time that actually has a top 3 placement for top speed as well. But yeah, going into top speed for motorcycles, first place is the BF400. By the way, obviously I haven't been including like non-raceable options, I'm only including raceable options because that's how it is on the spreadsheet. And it makes sense because you can't really use those in races. But yeah, BF400, that's first place in top speed for the motorcycle class. And that one is an off-road motorcycle, kind of. Like, it's in the motorcycles class, but you can actually use it in off-road races, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, BF400, if you're not going to use it for the time trial, it's still a good investment for a BF400 if you do a lot of like off-road races, because you can actually use it in an off-road race class. And because it's a motorcycle, pretty much on like everything else, it's gonna basically blow everything else out the water, even if you fall off the motorcycle. But yeah, second place for top speed is again the Body 801. And yeah, BF400 is probably like 100,000 something at most for the base price. And customizations probably around the price of the Body 801. So like around 500,000. And again, with the BF400, you have to lean backward with the stick for the best possible speed, like you're doing a wheelie. Like just about every motorcycle in the game works. And then third place for top speed for the motorcycle class is the regular Hakuchou. Not the drag, but the regular Hakuchou for third place top speed. Yeah, that one's probably like 70,000 or something like that, if I remember right. I like the highest of all customizations, so yeah, again, pretty much around the same price range of every other vehicle in the top 3 for top speed for the motorcycle class. And again, credit for all these like numbers and stuff like that go to Bruffy1322. very good YouTuber at getting lap time tap speeds of like all the vehicles in the game. And RC Bandito Town Trial was the very first one, being Construction Site 1. And I do have an RC Bandito Town Trial guide on it. And another good YouTuber for RC Bandito Town Trial guides, if you don't want to look into mine, is GTA Men. But yeah, right now I'll be checking to make sure my audio is working. Alright, it is, so good. Oh, apparently I was lost using Armored Kuruma. Probably for like something I was filming that should hopefully come out in the next day or two. And no, it's not a review, because I've already done a review on Armored Kuruma. And that's kind of already hinted at it, like experimenting in other live streams and stuff. Oh, come on.
I'll get back to it then. Calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. It's coming at you.
But yeah, now to talk about like money opportunities for a week, or for this event week. Not that it started this week, but it's been a thing since Thursday, whatever. And I'll start on Transform races. So yeah, every single Transform race for the week is 3 times money RP. And the ones you want to do obviously depends on the like race, like whatever. But yeah, going back to money opportunity here, transform races. The ones you'll want to do for the different like courses and all that, of course, depends on the vehicles. So if you know pretty well like what like vehicles are needed for certain transform races, if you have custom versions of them and custom is on or whatever, you can pretty much use custom vehicles. Obviously there's going to be certain ones and different ones that cannot be customized, like the Bezra for example. I believe it's a plane on screen, that one cannot be customized with engine modifications. So yeah, it highly depends on what vehicles you have custom versions of for what like transform races you'll want to do. If you don't know, I'd look into it, of course, because then you can know which ones you would want to do and all that, especially for triple money. It could be quite nice. That's basically the only advice for transform races. And then there's 2 times 20 RP contact missions while a vehicle ran into my vigilante, whatever. So yeah, it seems story mission kind of things are excluded as I expected. Seems more like regular contact missions, which are 2 times 20 RP. Also including dispatch services, repo works, and last player, last stand missions, whatever, surely as well. So yeah, super life missions, since those are story missions, they're not double money RP. The casino missions, since those are story missions as well, not double money RP. And yeah, lowrider missions are not double money RP either, because again, they're story missions. But yes, dispatch 136 is included. Last play missions as well included. And the repo works are also included. And for those who may be watching, you're in luck, as I do have some guides on like all the different contact missions. Basically anything up to the dispatch services in terms of their release on this pause menu, I do have a guide for. So yeah, repo works I don't yet have a guide for, but pretty soon I should have guides for these. Within like 2 parts, because they were such long missions, they took 2 parts or whatever. See, I might get working on that, like episode of contact mission content for later today or something. At least for part 1 and part 2 maybe the day after. And then yeah, I don't have a guide on last play missions, but I do on dispatch. And anything older than dispatch I also have a guide for, including the Lamar missions, which aren't only RP, but whatever. And after the repo works, I'll probably be working on the casino story missions, guide on that or whatever. And yeah, obviously, like, the ones you want to do depends on how good you are at the different missions, because a lot of them are vastly different. Unless it's like a series of missions, like dispatch, then you pretty much know like the kind of stuff you're going to be doing. Repo and last play ones are kind of way different from each other on like the dispatch, I'd say, but yeah. Especially with the series of ones, you'll kind of know what you're doing. Whereas all these differently named ones is kind of gonna highly depend on what you're playing. The number 1 mission I'd say for this event week would be the Los Santos connection. But yeah, Basically, just do the Los Santos connection. It's basically going to be your best option. Only time I wouldn't recommend Los Santos connection is when like dispatch services are like double money and this isn't, or like the repo works double money and this isn't. Basically, whenever other things are double money and this is not, would be the only time I wouldn't recommend Los Santos connection. Otherwise, the Los Santos connection is definitely like the most top tier like contact mission. Since yeah, as you see in the image, there's another way of getting money in the mission as well. There's like crates that have like a couple $1,000s, whatever. I believe you can get like $8,000 in addition to the actual payout. So definitely the number one best contact mission, no doubt. Unless like it's not double money and other things are, as I mentioned, then that would be the only time I'd avoid it. But otherwise, that's the very top tier like contact mission in the game. Nothing else really would compete, I'd say. I might play it during this event week stream as well a single time, show the like ideal strategy of it. Though again, I do have that on my contact mission content series, where it would be in even more detail most likely. But again, I might show it off as well. But I typically don't really play the game much on event week streams. It'd kind of be a little different and nice to do. And there's also triple salaries for associate and bodyguards. So basically the VIP, like people get like triple salaries. Which I believe normally maxes out at 10,000, so it maxes out at 20,000 I think. The thing with triple salaries though, of course, is you have to build up the money to get to the maximum amount. So you have to work for like a CO for a while. So really that's not much of a good opportunity, I'd say. So honestly, I'd purely stick to contact missions with a secondary option to transform races, and the very last thing I'd take advantage of is the salaries, of course. Unless you really like helping people out.
Welcome. I'm over here if you need me.
But yeah, there's a brand new login reward that's been given out for the first time ever, being a fruit tea. But yeah, they typically give out a lot that they've given out in the past. So I usually don't show it off, but because I think this one's new, I decided I'd show off the login reward here. Obviously, it's been known for a while now, but still, for completion's sake, I went over it.
Hope you find it, I guess.
But yeah, pretty much from here, it's just discount stuff to go over. But yeah, the discounts on this website are 40% off high-end apartments and garages. So for apartments, you only gain 40% off 10-car apartments, because why would you really get anything other than 10-car like apartments anyways? So yeah, not really that bad that they include 6 and 2-car apartments or whatever. Might as well just go with 10, obviously, for maximum vehicle slots. And yeah, there's also 40% off of garages, so any standalone garage, whether it's 2, 6, or 10 vehicle, any standalone garage is also 40% off in addition to high-end apartments. So yeah, there's 40% off of those. So a good week for some garage space for those who might need some more. There's actually a couple weapon discounts for the week, and they're all like the laser weapons in the game. So Up and Atomizer, the Widowmaker, and then Unholy Hullbringer are 40% off. And I have like a whole review and guide on the Up and Atomizer, Widowmaker, and Unholy Hullbringer, in addition to the Vapid Click. However, that's not on discount, just the laser weapons. But yeah, Up and Atomizer is good for getting vehicles unstuck. So that's the main reason for getting Up and Atomizer, is to get vehicles unstuck. Widowmaker is basically a reskinned minigun. Don't really care for the Widowmaker. I don't recommend it unless you're like under rank 120. Because then you might as well get the minigun. And then Unholy Hullbringer. It's kind of like a reskinned MG. And so especially for those of a Mark II like combat MG, the MG could be nice, or actually it's a regular combat MG. So yeah, for those who upgrade their like combat MG to Mark II, the Unholy Hullbringer could be really nice. Not to mention it doesn't have to reload either, which is good compared to the combat MG. That's some reasons to get those laser weapons. Alright, so I gotta look for the Dinka Sugoi right now. Actually, I'll go on website order. So I think only San Andreas and Warstock have new vehicle discounts, so I'll go over Warstock first since it's in the order on here. So yeah, JB700W is 30% off. So instead of like almost 1.5, it's a little over $1 million. It's only saving like 450,000 around there. So you're not really saving that much. And honestly, you're not really getting much of a like good money-making vehicle or anything, so I really don't recommend it. I do have a vehicle review and guide on the JB700W, so I'm not really going to go into any more detail. But yeah, it's not really much of a good money-making vehicle. It's not really want to do much of anything, I'd say. So it's really just for fun of collecting it and stuff, if you want to collect like all the weaponized stuff, I'd say. And since it has weapons and stuff like that, I'm not going to go over the performance, since I kind of reserved that only for the more useless vehicles in the game. Yeah, I really don't recommend the JB700W that much. But yeah. Next two vehicle discounts are on Warstock Cash and Carry as well. However, they're Twitch Prime, or Prime Gaming as they call it now, only discounts. And they're the FH1 Hunter and then the P45 Nakota, and they're both 80% off for those on Prime Gaming like myself. Yeah, starting off, the FH1 Hunter, 620,000 is at a 3.1 million, and that's with a trade price, which you get by doing a certain amount of air cargo cells or something like that. But yeah, one of the most, if not like the most weaponized helicopter in the game, so that's pretty exciting for sure. I'd say it's a very useful vehicle for grinding in the game. Probably one of the more useful money-making vehicles in the game, I'd say. It's not, obviously it's not like the Akula where you can have like the stealth mode, whatever. However, since it doesn't have the stealth mode, in turn you're kind of getting like more weaponry. Stuff that actually came before the Akula, obviously. But yeah, it has homing missiles, unlimited homing missiles, but they're basically a regular lock-on, because obviously that would be overpowered to have like the best tracking homing missiles on a helicopter. And then it has the barrage missiles, which gives it more versatility in some cases, obviously. And then the co-pilot seat has like the explosive cannon, which is very similar to the Valkyrie's cannon, but it might even have a faster rate of fire than the Valkyrie's cannon. And it's a better like vehicle with that cannon because it has the explosive resistance, being able to take like a few to several like homing missiles. I believe it like blows up on the 7th homing missile. However, if just one missile gets it smoking, and it probably only has like a couple minutes anyways, but still the explosive resistance is still surely very appreciated. And I believe that covers all of its weaponry. And yeah, since it's a helicopter, it's a pretty fast helicopter even despite the looks. Because it's a helicopter, it gets around the map really quickly, and its weapons are so good, of course. So obviously it's very good for making money in general. So can't go wrong with a FH1 Hunter for sure. Probably one of the better investments in the game. And for the second and final new like Prime Gaming like discount is 80% off the P45 Nakota. But yeah, P45 Nakota, it has homing missiles and probably machine guns as well. I believe it's like an HD universe like version of the like Rustler from San Andreas. So it's kind of like the sequel to the Rustler from San Andreas, so that's something pretty cool. But yeah, it has regular machine guns, no explosive machine guns. So not really going to do all there. And yeah, it has missiles in it, and yeah, it's planes, so it goes really good point A to point B. But this really isn't going to do much with anything other vehicles can't do for you already. But obviously you might as well get it at probably its lowest price it's ever going to be. So yeah, can't go wrong with it. At a little under 400,000 with a trade price instead of almost 2 million. But yeah, it's not really going to do much of anything unique that other vehicles can't. And it's not like anywhere near as top tier like the FH1 Hunter, for example. And that seems to be it for Warstock discounts. Because yeah, the Insurgent pickup's not actually on discount, just glitched up at the moment. Instead of saying free, it says $0 for some reason. Same with this, it's not on discount, just glitched up at the moment. But yeah, first of the free discounts on Severn San Andreas, assuming all of them are Severn San Andreas. Busta Kinjo is 40% off. And if I didn't say it, GB700W is 30% off. But I think it's a compact vehicle, I'm not sure. Alright, yeah. Busta Kinjo is a, like, compact vehicle. But yeah, the Busta Kinjo is second place for lap time for the compact class. Actually, no, I was on top speed. But yeah, Busta Kinjo is third place for lap time. And second place for top speed. Again, these numbers are coming from Ruffy1322 on his, like, spreadsheet, whatever. But is also like a YouTuber, stuff like that. So yeah, third place lap time, second place top speed. Can't really go wrong with it, only being in the top 3 for both lap time and top speed. But the BF Club is like the new, like, all-around best compact vehicle. So yeah, like the update after it got dethroned by the BF Club, which is first place for both lap time and top speed. So you might as well go with this. Though this is much cheaper to be fair, so maybe it could be better. Plus, not to mention, you're probably not going to be doing compact races anyways. Compact races aren't really that common, I'd imagine. So honestly, you might as well just not get either of them, honestly. Unless you do a lot of compact races for any reason, but I don't really think much of anyone would be doing that. And then it's on to the Segoy, which I believe is a sports car in the game. Alright, yeah. I think a Segoy is a sports car, and it's also from the Damasceno High DLC. Which both prices are listed on the screen, because I haven't really got any trade prices for the one DLC here. But yeah, lap time of the Dinka Segoy is 63rd place. The sport class has like 72 plus vehicles right now, so yeah, 63rd place is pretty horrible for a lap time. And then top speed with the Segoy is 36th place, which is pretty significantly better compared to lap time, but still it's pretty much average top speed. Like, yeah, well, 72-ish, like, sport cars in the game, it's basically, like, average top speed at best. Nowhere near the top 10 even, so yeah, lap times in the 60s, top speed in the 30s, so really terrible for a sports car. And then it should be the final new discount for the current event week, and it's the Maxwell Vagrant, which should be off-road. But yeah, lap time for the Maxwell Vagrant is actually first place. So it's the #1 lap time option for off-road class. And it's also the #1 option for top speed, actually. So you are getting the best off-road vehicle in the game when it comes to lap time and top speed, according to Ruffy1322 spreadsheet. Which, by the way, is now up to date as of Los Santos in a special update. There's not, like, it's not where there's no, like, rankings or anything on the, like, not tier list, but no rankings on, like, the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet has now been updated from Ruffy1322 to include Los Santos on special vehicles. So it is still indeed first place for lap time and top speed for off-road vehicles. But yeah, it's a little over $1 million in vehicles, like right under it might be much cheaper. But if you want the best of the best for off-road, then definitely go for it. Besides for off-road races, you probably really don't need it, of course. And yeah, off-road races are probably one of the more like common kinds of races, so it could be a good one to get for performance. Because those are some more common types of races. Now to make sure I covered all the discounts. And by the way, the Vespucci Canals nightclub is still a free nightclub location for Prime Gaming. That has not changed, but that's been a thing for a while now. In addition to the FH1 Hunter, P45 Nakota. But yeah, like I said, I was considering doing like a Los Santos connection, show a little guide on it on stream, since that's basically a top tier like contact mission. Unless everything's are double money and Los Santos connection is not, then I'll see do those instead.
I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels?
But yeah, for the Los Santos connection, I
It's
like
coming
doing
at
a
you.
Deluxo. That's the vehicle I'm personally using. Obviously, there's a lot of really good contact mission vehicles, so it depends on what you want to use. But for the most part, this guide kind of should help, I'd say. And yes, this guide will be useful even when it's not double money RP, because it's pretty decent without the double money RP as well. Especially if you have like a playlist of it, which I'll kind of go in details of that as well. Oh dear, I don't think as well as I thought. But still, it's not gonna mess up my strategy or anything. At least it shouldn't, I would hope. Okay, thankfully that did not blow it up. But yeah, this is the thing that's really good with the mission is that there's these like crates that have like 500 bucks, like 2 to 3 like things of 500 bucks each. That's why I highly recommend this one. But yeah, for that one, the target like over here, I recommend using like a missile, then the one like on the stairs, and then from there just use like machine guns or get out and use your like regular weapons. And actually, before I forget, check the Kranger GPS, which I forgot to do for some reason. But still, everything I wanted to say about the strategy has been said. And yeah, I wouldn't bother wasting missiles on these like vehicles following you. You might as well save them for like the actual sections that you need to like do stuff at. I mean, but yeah, from aside for that first area where you have to go into the vehicle, you can pretty much be as reckless as you want with your missiles and stuff like that. So that's kind of the only point where you'll have to do the machine guns, kind of, or get all in these like regular weapons depending on which vehicle you're using. And I kind of recommend going to the east of here because for some reason it lets the vehicles spawn in when they're supposed to spawn in when you get on a laptop, I'm pretty sure. So I recommend going east of the place over here. The next destination is at, of course. And yeah, make sure you blow up all those vehicles when you go to like the east of the area here or whatever. Because for some reason it allows you to like encounter the vehicles earlier than intended. Because I'm pretty sure they're supposed to appear when you do the laptop hacking. But yeah, as long as you do that, you won't have any enemies to deal with while hacking a laptop, making it much more solo friendly. Or obviously if you're doing it with a friend, you can just have a friend doing that. And again, like the other area, there's another like 2 things of 500 bucks for 1,000 bucks in addition to the actual mission payout. And yeah, a hacking game is pretty typical, of course. It's just basically the same ones that you get like Sightseer, stuff like that. Which obviously there's not much of a strategy to it. It's kind of dependent on how good you are at the hacking games. So yeah, that's just the whole entire strategy for this area. Actually, before I go on, I'm going to use a new feature with the latest DLC that allows me to recall the vehicle so that I can get like the full missiles back. So yeah, it's kind of a little update to the strategy compared to what I was able to do for contact mission content, because that predates the Los Santos Summer Special DLC. Meaning that this was not possible before the latest DLC. But yeah, now that the vehicle recalling is a thing outside of the MC as a like actual feature in the interaction menu as in the latest DLC. At this point, you'll want to like recall the vehicle, assuming you're using one of 30 missiles, because you might definitely need more. And I don't know why there's more vehicles here already. But yeah, if you want to do that, make sure to keep a watch on those like enemies, because I guess if you wait too long, enemies will appear. That's kind of a little updated strategy for this mission. And kind of in general for missions, obviously you can now like call vehicles, get your missile capacity back to where it should be. Which you can pretty much do any 2 minutes you want. But yeah, from here the final destination is the LSI airport. First thing you kind of want to do here is pull up the buzzer attack chopper here, because if you don't do that, then there will be an enemy that appears in a buzzer attack chopper. So by blowing it up, you won't have an extra enemy to deal with. Another shortcut you can do with the mission is pull this jet over here, which will actually lock onto this, unlike the other things. I'm assuming there's one energy in it or something. And it takes 2 missiles to destroy typically. Obviously, if you did the vehicle recall thing with the latest update or whatever, then that won't be a problem. But if you don't want to do that, you can obviously take your vehicle over here and then just jump into one of the buzzards or whatever when you're out of missiles. From there, that's kind of all the shortcuts possible, aside for at the end here. I believe it's the only area that can be shortcutted in this section. And obviously from there, just blow everything up here. Probably take 2. Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but whatever. From there, it looks completely empty aside from there. If you just want a tiny bit of extra RP, you can kill the people out here. Sites for a little tiny bit of extra RP each time, there's not really much of a purpose to go back out here. I don't know why they're even back there, because you don't really need to go back out there. And from there, believe it or not, you can just use them to blow up the product. And that allows you to skip the collecting the coke. And again, I don't know how that's what's happening, but for a while. Yeah, like I showed off the last little skip there is to not collect the coke by blowing it up instead. I believe it's like the only thing a coke in a contact machine that can still be blown up, because I believe he used to be able to blow up everything in the very early days of the game. Obviously, it became like a really easy money-making method for like the Violet Duct mission or something like that. So yeah, that was patched out like really quick in the early days of GTA Online. Because people would just blow up the product like no matter what and get the payment much faster. Yeah, collecting a coke wouldn't add that much time compared to the other ones. Obviously not destroying a buzzard could be annoying because you would have a buzzard to deal with, which has weapons on it. And then obviously destroying the Shamal is a big time saver as well, because then you don't have to destroy the jet as well later on, because I believe you have to destroy it like as it's flying if you don't. So those first two skips are a big time saver. The third one not so much, but you might as well just blow it up and not collect it. Oh yeah, I believe I actually deposited like the 2000 whatever from earlier. Yes, I did, definitely. So yeah, in addition to the mission payout, you'll get like 8,000 from those, like, from like the 6 different crates, you get like 8,000. Last 4 crates on the airport have 15,000 or 1,500 instead of 1,000. So you get an extra 500 out of the ones with the airport each. And obviously from there you just go to Madrazo's house. And the Elf Deluxe, so it can be a decently long mission. But yeah, especially with the vehicle recall feature now, you can actually use like Mark II oppressor much more effectively, or like an oppressor even. So yeah, vehicles of 20 missiles are more effective due to the vehicle recall thing being a thing now, as I like to call it. And that's how you pretty much complete the #1 like top tier like contact mission in the game. And obviously this payout's double money, whereas the like money in the crates are not double money. They will always give 8,000 for the crates, even during a like money event. And last but not least, I'll show how to make a playlist with contact missions. Already did those for contact mission content, Martin. So yeah, on double money I can get you around 50,000 really easily, so it's pretty cool. Especially that mission, because of the like extra way of being paid out with those crates, having the money in them, which no other mission I'm pretty sure has. So it's the only one that works that way, which is why it's so much more top tier than the other contact missions. Unless, again, like I mentioned, like other ones are double money, but that would not be, would be the only time that other contact missions would surely be better. But yeah, if you want to make a playlist of contact missions in game, you go to create playlist. You'll notice there's a mission section here, but it doesn't have contact missions. Despite the name, it does not have contact missions as like the versus missions in the game. So if you want to make a contact mission playlist, you have to go through recently played jobs. And yeah, again, this is a little teaser at what I have planned for the next couple videos for these 8 over here. And yeah, you do it from here. So just reasonably play anything you want to add to a playlist, and then you can do it for contact missions particularly. And that's fine, going to be it for this stream. Hope you enjoyed.